Good old Kennesaw, Georgia. Georgia. I have sodium bisulfite. So, I'm gonna put that shield down. Now, got my hoses all hooked up, and I'll take this back here. Hook this baby up. So that way we can get air to the tank. And be able to see that when we get the air going. It's really a beautiful day. Beautiful day, beautiful morning. All right, so waiting on this PSI to get up a little bit. Get it to about 10-15 and we can get her started. Because we're going into that tank right there at the end. You see all these big tanks? And then you see my big tank. Yeah! So, remember I told y'all I was trying to back up to give myself some space? I rolled over my hose. So I'm gonna see if we could flatten that, knock that little kink out of there. Cause now it's flat, as you can see. So I use my other hose, hook that up, and then I'll open that valve over there, and I'll open my valves, and we'll get her started. As soon as this PSI get up to where I want it to get. Yes, sir. We all hooked up, baby. So it's close to 10. I think we're gonna go ahead and just start this because we want to get this process going. We'll get the PSI up. Okay. We got some pin back there, should be going up. There it go. That lets us know it's open. Can't crank it no more. Everything closed. And I'm opening up the external valve. Oh, that's the internal valve. That's the external valve. We don't have any leaks. No leaks. So he told me this is the meter right here that lets us know the levels. See, sodium bisulfite. And we're gonna pay attention to this to make sure the process is going well before we open the valve completely up. So yeah, just move. We'll be right back. So all the levels are good. PSI is over 10. We're flowing good. We're at the Water Waste Works out in Cobb County, Georgia. 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 Yeah. And again, we're filling up that tank. So I had to come up here and break a seal. Threw them all down there on the ground. Yes, sir. Clean my trash. Well, first, let's see where our levels at real quick. Oh, we moving. We done moved up. Yeah. So we talking about about 4,000 gallons, real close to. I'm doing some things on my truck, but yeah, we're talking about close to 5,000 gallons. Close to 5,000 gallons. Yes, sir. That we filling up their tank with. Yes, sir. Time to turn everything off. So we're gonna hook everything. Dang, they got all the way up there. We need to get all this PSI going. We got to get all this air up out of here, out of these lines. I wasn't paying attention, but that shouldn't have got all the way around there like that. Let's try something here. We started off at 1. Now it's a 7.6, and you see that feet. That's how many feet that black line. That's the level. I forgot what he told me about how many feet is what, but we're gonna try something here now. Had to step back a little bit because of that smell. But we got a lot of chemical left. A lot. So we have a whole lot of product left in this tanker. There's no way for me to see the levels of what's in this tanker. So all I really have is feel. And there's some things that you look for. Like you can see my hose jumping just a little bit for some reason. And I ain't gonna say for some reason. That's your first sign that this baby is close to empty, if not empty. But as you can see, when I opened up the valve, you see how much product came up out of it? It was flowing, and I could hear it flowing through here. And so we're gonna let that air come down, because as that air is pushing out of that tank, because I cut the valve from the tank, from the tractor, I cut it off. So there's no more PSI running to here. No more airflow flowing from here to there into the tank. So now whatever's left in the tank is what's left in the tank. And it's gonna push out that last bit. I think it was like 7.5. Now look, it's going to 7.8. So we just gonna let the air run itself out. We don't even need the truck to push, do the work. We're gonna let the air work itself out until this boy is empty. And another thing is, as you can see, you see how the tanker is tilted? How I got the axle on that little near triangle, that little peak right there. So that makes the tanker go from, it's like you're raising it up, because you want as much tilt back as you can, so all that product in that tanker could just shift back. So we working, using the air, what's left of the air, to work itself on all that chemical on out. And at some point we won't see that raising anymore, because that'll be empty. I'll be right back. So we want to make sure that we're capping off our hoses. We don't want no product leaks up the road, up the highway. We're going to take this tanker, this empty tanker now that we've emptied out the sodium bisulfite. We're going to take this tanker from Georgia to Cincinnati, Ohio, so that it can be cleaned out and sanitized, and as well as this hose right here. And we're going to prepare for the next job. The next product we're picking up is in Cambridge, Ohio, we're going to the Colgate toothpaste / Palm Olive site so we can have the tanker filled with dish soap that we're taking to South Holland, Illinois. So yeah, everything that's strapped down, we're going to get everything unstrapped. You know what I'm saying? We're going to prepare to pack everything up so we can get up this road ASAP before it starts getting dark. We got about 7-8 hours to drive.
Strap stuff down around here.
Also, a lot of these chemicals are very strong. Some of them are toxic inhalants. This particular product here has a strong vinegar smell. Almost feels like you're suffocating if you get too much or inhale too much too quick. So we got to be real careful about how we handle this product, and the masks that we wear, the shields that we flip down. Man, we got to be on point. But glad you all could take this ride with me. You know what I'm saying? A little time in the day in the life of your boy.
We have done our part, baby. We are